That's 1-877-928-8822, or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
You're getting ready to move and you work hard. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. You need pros. Trained professional moving experts to do the heavy lifting for you. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. They care about your things as much as you do, and they do it fast and right. That's why you call Two Men in a Truck, 352-289-0666. Visit twomeninatruck.com and get moving.
Two Men in a Truck.
The Appleton Museum of Art presents a musical performance by the world-famous Maharaja Flamenco Trio on Saturday, February 5th at 7 p.m. Presenting a sound that blends the flavors of Spain, Africa, the Caribbean, and more, the trio will play 2 sets, including music from their new album. Tickets are $25. More information and tickets available at appletonmuseum.org.
Think you know Dex Imaging? Think again. In the office, streamlining communications. In the field, delivering top-notch service, enhancing productivity and reducing downtime. In the data center, a part of the growing digital document revolution. In the world of business, supporting entrepreneurs and helping companies grow. In the forefront of technology, developing cutting-edge document management solutions. So if you think you know Dex Imaging, you don't know Dex.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
Now you've done it. Have you lost your mind? He's back. And you're listening again. A legend in his own mind. Don't believe me? Just ask him. Here's Tom Schmitz live on WOCA. The Source.
Welcome back to Ocala Talks on a Tuesday. I'd like to thank Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation Center, located at 2700 Southwest 34th Street, for their continued support of Galen Unall's appearance here on Ocala Talks. Palm Garden is skilled in nursing, physical, occupational, and speech therapy. If you have any questions about how they're handling the COVID-19 pandemic, give them a call at 352-854-6262. Penn Flooring, family-owned and operated, serving Marion County for over 30-plus years. Penn Flooring is a full-service flooring company dedicated to finding the best solutions for your flooring needs with experience in both commercial and residential flooring. Go see their showroom at 1201 Southwest 17th Street in Ocala, or give them a call at 352-351-3420. And, of course, we'd like to thank JustShip.net. They flipped the script on shipping. Excuse me while I try to say that, without too much fanfare. They've taken where you used to have to package it up, take it to stand in line at the UPS store, stuff along those lines. Now they do that for you. They go stand in line. They do all the legwork for you. They make sure that everything is in shape so you don't have to waste your time or money. They do it for you for a small pickup fee and shipping. They'll go take their time, saving you time and money. And we know time is money, so go to justship.net to save money on top of money. Galen Unall joins us from Life South. Galen, as the college football season wraps up and we see that Alabama and Georgia, really the SEC again, rose to the top, a lot of people are starting to say, this is just another time where it's going to solidify that we're going to move towards a power conference type deal, and some of the other small schools and the non-power conferences get left out. And I'm thinking, how's that possible? You just had a non-power 5 conference do a very good showing in this playoff. I think the system's in good shape right now.
Yeah, I heard somebody say, well, how in the world could Jackson State get in the title line? I don't know, go undefeated. Ask Cincinnati. Yeah, I'm not a. I think a lot. That's what makes college football great. It's just the pure talk around the water cooler and people being disappointed. So yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for that. Again, I don't want it to become 16 teams. But I've heard talk that people want like 64 teams, and I'm like, come on now, you're being silly. There aren't even 64 teams that could play. That would just be so expensive for these guys.
No, there's no way you could make it like the basketball tournament. First off, there's only 105 schools, so that play Division I football. More than half.
I'm pretty sure Florida State didn't deserve to be in the national championship.
I'm pretty sure Florida didn't deserve to be in any kind of playoff this year.
Yeah.
UCF deserved to be in a playoff before anybody else in the state of Florida did, and they didn't deserve to be in a playoff.
I'm with you.
So, hey, the news yesterday came through that the single A ball club, the lower A ball club, the Tampa Bay Tarpons, who, by the way, were the team that were mentioned about moving to Ocala some 7-8 years ago.
Sure, that's correct.
The Tampa Bay Tarpons picked up the batting instructor, hitting instructor for the Tampa Bay Farm, the Tampa Bay Farm system, the first female manager ever in the history of baseball. The Yankees make Rachel Balkovec. She's the first.
Good luck with that last name.
Yeah, Balkovec.
I have no idea.
She's the first female manager in minor league history. She's previously the hitting coach with the minor league organization. She's the next manager of Low A Tampa Tarpons. You've seen this in basketball already. You've seen it in the NFL already. It was really only a natural progression that this happened in baseball.
Yeah, and when I first read it, I'm like, okay, let's find out about her a little bit. I doubt there's a single person who's listening to this show right now can name a single A manager in any farm system, right? They're not a high-profile job, but I looked at her resume, and it's pretty outstanding.
2012,
she broke in.
Yeah, she broke in 2012 as a strength and conditioning coach with the St. Louis Cardinals affiliate in the rookie Appalachian League. She's a former Division I softball catcher, so she's got chops.
Oh, and a lot of those jobs, they don't really pay you.
Yeah, she worked as a waitress. She worked as a waitress and a Lululemon while applying for coaching jobs.
Right, and again, she just was grinding it out. It was her passion, and good for her. I always love it when people realize their dreams. This didn't come at the expense of someone else, right? This isn't a token or I don't think the Yankees are saying, oh, look, we're going to sell more tickets to the Tarpons game.
Right.
They don't care. I just think she was the most qualified person for the job, and she happened to be a woman, and isn't that what we want?
That is exactly what
quality really.
And by the way,
like?
she's coached at the AA level in the Houston Astros organization.
Well, she was a hitting coach. Right.
But it's not like that AA is now AA for a lot of guys is the stop right before you go to the big leagues. AAA is no longer the guaranteed spot for the big leagues. AA is where they bring a lot of guys from there to the big leagues. So, and she was with the AA affiliate of the Houston Astros. Oh, yeah, the Houston Astros that have been in the World Series 2 of the last 4 years and just lost to the Atlanta Braves.
That's absolutely right.
She's worked with a good organization.
Right. Yeah, St. Louis Cardinals. And again, in the Rays, good for her. So I think based on, I don't know anything about her. I'm not a single A manager scout or anything, but she seems to be very prepared for the job. And she's not somebody's daughter, right?
No.
Which is typically how how those manager jobs get filled. It's a former player or somebody's son, right? So it seems like she's gotten there on her own, and she seems like she's worked her butt off.
I heard that in your voice, though. You can't sneak that by me, pal. I heard it in your voice. I heard that nepotism, that little hint of nepotism, where you say, somebody's son I know you're talking about Mike Martin getting his son in there at Florida State, and they're still terrible and can't win College World Series. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
No, I mean, he brought him in just so he could.
Just so the Martin name would stay there. Yeah.
Right. I mean, but that's not the only one. It happens all the time. And again, people hire people they know.
Yeah, but I heard the disdain in your voice, and I knew you were talking about the Martins.
Yeah. Well, I was actually thinking like Bill Belichick and his son is the defensive coordinator.
By the way,
he's been on the staff since he was 14.
Hold on. But Bill Belichick's son gets a pass, and I'll tell you why. When you sport a world-class mullet like that, you get a pass. You get a pass.
Yeah.
You got a mullet that makes Billy Ray Cyrus go, damn, that's a mullet. You get a pass.
Yeah.
You get a pass.
That's fair. Well, and he has been on his staff since he was like 14 or 15.
Yeah.
You know that he was like the film coordinator when he was
16 years old.
14 or 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, unbelievable.
But did he always have that mullet? Because that mullet's world class.
That could be God given.
That's world class.
He may have just come out of the womb with that thing.
That you can't. That makes Mike Gundy go, oh my God, I don't have anything compared to that.
No, he's got some good flow.
Mike Gundy's like, I'm a man. I'm 40 and I can't grow hair like that.
Oh man, that's a.
Is that still?
And
is that
a
still
young man's game?
Is that still one of the best speeches in all of college football? I'm a man. I'm 40. Come after me.
Yeah, that is. Which coach was that?
Mike Gundy at Oklahoma State.
Yeah, that's right. It was
Mike Gundy. Yeah. That and Dennis Green slapping the podium. We knew what
Dennis
they were.
Green.
We knew what they were.
Well, and I mean, there's been a couple of great ones, but Denny Green, they are who we thought they were.
They are who we thought they were. He's slapping the podium.
You could tell he's so frustrated, right? And his words just didn't come out.
And then they asked that dumb
it
question.
Came out beautifully.
Yeah. Or my favorite one ever is, Coach, with the loss today, what does that do to your thoughts about making the playoffs? Playoffs? The playoffs?
Oh,
Jim Mora with that was Jim Mora with the Saints.
Oh, that was Jim Mora did that one, right?
Jim Mora Sr. with the Saints.
Playoffs.
Herman Edwards is the one. Herman Edwards said, "You play to win the games."
Win the game. That's right.
But Jim Mora's playoffs is still, to me, one of the greatest. Playoffs.
Yeah, and, I mean, and Allen Iverson. You talk about practice.
Man, you talk about practice. But you know what? If you've ever played the game at a high level, you know exactly what Allen Iverson's saying. Because there comes a time in your career where, man, you're talking about practice. When I was a junior and senior at Georgia Southern, we had spring practice. Man, that was for freshmen. You talking about spring practice? Man, that's practice. I mean, spring ball was all about not getting injured. Mm-hmm. It was practice. Mm-hmm. Man, you talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. Once we got to July and you got the two-a-days and everything, it kicked in. Now practice meant something. But in spring, man, you're talking about practice. You're talking about.
Yeah, but I mean, it was coming off because he was trying to be compared to Jordan. And Jordan was such a hard worker. And yeah. But and that was what Larry Brown was his coach. He's arguing with a legendary coach. Larry.
Yeah.
Well, he's legendary because of Allen Iverson. I think the two made each other.
Well, he was legendary for two reasons. He was legendary because of Allen Iverson, and he was legendary that he never stayed any place longer than 3 years.
Well, except he coached Allen Iverson, I think, 116 times.
Right,
It's like he would come back just to coach Iverson.
If Iverson had been 195 pounds instead of 165 pounds, he may have been a really special player.
He would have lost his quickness.
Yeah, you're right. He probably would have been a step slower, step and a half slower.
I worked with a guy in Jacksonville. My co-host covered him in high school, and went to Allen Iverson's house after the brawl. Remember the brawl?
Oh yeah.
That took place and he went to jail for it.
Yeah.
Out of Georgetown.
Yeah, out of Georgetown.
He said he was never, and he got to know him because he covered him. He'd known the kid since he was 11 or 12. He said he never once called me by my name, and he never even bothered to know who I was. But he said he was the greatest athlete he ever saw. You know, he saw Randy Moss in high school. He saw some great players. He said, but Allen Iverson could do anything.
Well, he was the
just
starting quarterback. He was starting quarterback on his high school team.
He was the Virginia Football Player of the Year.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, he wasn't just
in
the
football.
starting quarterback.
Right.
I mean, he won the state title.
But I will tell
Yeah,
you.
incredible athlete. But he said he never won. I said, well, did you know, because we talked about him here. He goes, I don't know if he ever, looked me in the eye and shook my hand.
But I will tell you
So,
this.
because he's that guy.
I will tell you this, though. He was not the greatest athlete. Maybe the greatest athlete that guy saw. But I got to meet Herschel Walker personally. That's the greatest athlete I ever saw.
Herschel Walker's a freak.
I'm just sorry. That's the greatest athlete I ever saw.
Herschel Walker proved he could do anything he wanted.
And I've talked to Tim
You could
Tebow.
argue Bo Jackson. You could argue
Let me
Bo
ask you a question.
Jackson
Did Bo Jackson
or Dion.
has Bo Jackson or Dion ever pushed a bobsled in the Winter Olympics?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I think Bo was just so strong.
Was Bo or Dion
So
world class?
athletic.
Were they world class track stars for their college track teams?
Yes, Dion could have been, but he just
But
chose
it chose not to, right?
He ran a 4.2. Let's be clear, Dion was fast. He ran a 4.2.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying he wasn't fast. I'm just saying he never competed at that
Dion
level.
wasn't 230, right?
Right.
I mean, Herschel's running that at 230.
Herschel was 230 running 10 flats.
Yeah, yeah.
So, believe
I mean,
me.
you're not gonna get me to argue, defend, anybody against Herschel Walker.
No.
Freak of nature.
He really was a freak of nature. And now he's running for Congress, but here's the problem. He ran into a glitch along the way this week, late last week, because late last week he said that he said late last week that his people put out that he was a college graduate from the University of Georgia.
No, he wasn't.
That's not accurate. That's not accurate.
Yeah.
Herschel was
Well,
not.
I don't think. I mean, I don't think that's going to cost him the election. I think he's going to win. Oh, Herschel Walker, who in Georgia, where he's running, in South Georgia, who in the world is not going to run for or vote for Herschel Walker? They may have their house burned down.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be like saying something negative about Jimmy Carter in Albany, Georgia. Not going to happen.
Not going to happen. You're not going to walk into Plains, Georgia, and say something bad about Jimmy Carter.
No, I mean, you could say, yeah, he was the president, but if you say, you could even say he's the worst president, but if you say, well, he wasn't a good man, you'd get shot and killed instantly.
Dead.
Wait, who you're saying who?
Wait, Jimmy.
And by the way,
what?
nobody's ever going to say that about Jimmy Carter.
No, of course
Maybe
not.
one of the good, I don't know if goodest is a word, but what a good man. Terrible president, but a good man.
Oh, great. And by the way, a better president after he got out of office for all his philanthropy and all he's done since he left office.
Sure.
It's just like
He was a great governor.
It's just like in Statesboro.
But
Coach Russell has been dead for 12 years from a stroke where he ran off the road and had a car accident. Say something bad about Coach Russell right now in a restaurant somewhere in Statesboro, people may try to take your head off. And the man hadn't even been around for 12, 13 years.
We hadn't had a Coach Russell reference in 2 days, so I'm glad you got that.
Well, there you go. Hey, speaking of coaches, guys who tell coaches what they want to do, even though the coaches are supposed to be in charge. Sunday, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, fourth quarter, 2.5 minutes, 3 minutes to go in the game. Game is put away, 41-17. They had beat the Panthers. The game was not even up for question anymore. So the coach looks at Tom Brady and goes, "You're not going back in." Tom Brady said, "The hell I'm not. Gronk needs me to go back in because Gronk still has some money on the table. Brady goes back out. Make sure Gronk gets his 7th catch of the game for another $500,000 bonus on top of the yardage that he needed for another $500,000. Brady makes sure his guy gets his $1 million before the GOAT comes out of the game. That's the difference between Tom Brady and the rest of the NFL quarterbacks, in my opinion.
Well, let's be clear. It's an additional $500,000, so he ended up with $1 million bonus.
Right.
And what's amazing, and again, people, I heard me, oh my God, this is what's wrong with sports. No,
that's
these
what's
guys
right
are
with sports.
They're destroying their bodies, and for money, right? So Brady, looking out for his guy, went out there and said, "I'm going to throw him the ball."
And by the way, how much?
Tom, go ahead.
How much credence does that then to me? The first thing I thought about when I saw that was great on Brady's part to go out there to get Gronkowski his money and everything. And then I thought, you know, what's that say about AB the week before, who refused to go back in the game because he said he was hurt, and he left money on the table by not going back out in the game.
Yeah, the more that comes out of that AB thing, the more I'm more confused. But Brady has made it very clear he doesn't like to sit out.
No.
And he said it when he was with the Patriots. He's like, "Why are you playing this game?" He goes, "I put in a lot of work to play this game. And when I play this game, it's the reward for all this work. I'm going to get rewarded for all my work by playing the game that I love." And to me, that's a perfect answer. You know, and you know, the other players are like, "Well, what about the backups? Don't they need work?" And he said, I have to worry about what's best for me and my team, and me being out there is the best thing for this team.
Well, it is.
And I just appreciate that. Yeah.
Well,
he
doesn't,
and because of his mindset, he doesn't worry about what if you get hurt. I don't worry about getting hurt. I do everything. I prepare myself to not get hurt.
You can't worry about getting hurt.
I was again. I saw that, and I saw the quote, and I'm not surprised at all. Not surprised at all, and good for Gronk. So I'm talking about a guy who has given his body for the love of a sport.
So one of my buddies sent me
the
this.
Greatest tight end of all time.
No, Tony Gonzalez.
Tony Gonzalez couldn't block.
Tony Gonzalez. Or Mike Ditka.
You know,
Mike Ditka may still be the best tight end ever.
Gronk could start at left tackle.
Remember,
you know that?
Ditka had, until Kyle Pitts only become the second guy in the history of the NFL to equal 1,000 yards in his first season at tight end and everything.
Right.
Only Ditka did it, and Ditka did it in 14 games, not 17 games.
Oh, Ditka
could block.
Position.
He did. Ditka still may be considered the best tight end.
Hey, don't put Tony Gonzalez in there just because he plays for that.
No, he played for Kansas City. He played for Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah,
hey,
but then he finished his career with the Falcons. That's why you brought him up.
Okay, I'll give you that. Just like Kyle Pitts is the best tight end in the game right now. So anyway,
how about making a play when it counts?
So somebody sent me this. One of my friends sent me this, and now I think it's clear that I have no love lost for Tom Brady as a quarterback because he beat my Falcons in a comeback, but I begrudgingly call him the GOAT because he is. You can't argue that. And then that story over the weekend proves it. He goes, "Whatever, dude. You really suck up on Brady way, way too much. Like Gabbert couldn't have completed one pass. He's an idiot, cheating little," and then he says a female dog word, and that's all. That's what Brady is. So there's still a lot of people that don't like Tom Brady.
When did he cheat? When did he cheat?
Well, the deflate gate with the ball. Don't you remember that? And then he crushed his phones and everything. Remember, he destroyed his phones and everything. So, you know, the air and the ball. The air and the ball.
No. Go look at the first half and then compare it to the second half, where Brady went nuts in the second half. And you tell me
after they took the footballs from him. Yeah.
Come on, it's just silly. That's people who hate on Tom Brady.
Yeah, we're losing you.
That's what I would say.
People that hate on Tom Brady, what'd you say after that? We lost you.
That's right.
We lost you.
Right.
We hadn't heard anything. People that hate on Tom Brady, and then we got nothing.
Don't know football, right? They don't understand the game of football. Sorry.
Well, this guy's got a pretty good grasp of football. He just hates Tom Brady. But I think he might be. He may be a Dolphins fan. You never know. You never know. You know, Dolphins fans are crazy. You know what I mean? They still think it's 1972 and they're 17-0. They're still popping champagne because they still have an undefeated record.
Oh, he's a Dolphins fan?
I don't know if he is or not.
Why did Brian Flores get fired? That makes no sense to me.
Because they went 0-7 to open the season.
Well, then fire him. By the way, that
you
makes
should fire
no
him at
sense.
0-7. The way they rebounded and almost made the playoffs, how do you fire that guy?
No, they should have fired Tua. Tua was the difference.
Yeah.
Tua had two different halves.
And Nagy's out. Nagy's out. Zimmer's out. Zimmerman's
Nagy
out
needed to go.
Zimmerman's out up in Minnesota.
Yeah. Well, Kirk Cousins will get you fired. He's just
Kirk
good enough to get you fired.
He's just good enough to get you fired. Exactly.
Yeah, he's Matthew Stafford. They're the same guy.
Stafford was pretty good for the L.A. Rams this year till they lost.
Sure.
San Francisco in overtime. Although they're in the playoffs, they are the third seed. They lost the second seed by losing to the 49ers.
Right. Yep.
They are in the playoffs. The playoffs for the NFL start next Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'll be honest with you. This is one of these seasons where I could watch golf on the weekends and not really worry about the NFL the rest of the time out.
That's interesting. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of games I'm excited about. I think that I'm a Bucks fan, so I'm going to root for my Bucks.
Right.
And I think the Patriots game is kind of interesting. The Dallas game is interesting. There's enough there that I think it'll be an interesting postseason.
I'm just not interested.
Who's going to shock them? I get it.
I'm just not interested.
Oh, that's because there's no Georgia team in it.
That probably has something to do with it. Hey, Galen, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, today we're at the Walmart out in the Villages, so come see us there. And please, just get out there, give the blood, donate blood. Right now we're in emergency need of platelets, so call us at 622-3544 and make an appointment.
Galen, from Life South, thanks to the folks at Penn Flooring, Palm Garden Health and Rehabilitation. Just shipped. Galen, talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye, y'all.
We'll be right back after this timeout. You're listening to 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, WOCA, The Source.
Broadcasting from the Ocala International Airport, this is WOCA AM, W242CA FM, Ocala, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
USA Radio News with Lance Pry.
CDC Director Rochelle Walensky said the agency will release the distinction between those who died from COVID and those who died with COVID. She was recently asked the question and had no answer. More than 800,000 deaths linked to COVID died from the virus or other comorbidities. North Korea fired a suspected ballistic missile into the Eastern Sea on Tuesday. The detection comes less than a week after Pyongyang fired what it claimed to be a hypersonic missile. Russia and the United States discussed Ukraine frictions and European security talks in Geneva with no signs the two sides had narrowed their differences. Pentagon spokesman John Kirby.
Forced posture by the Russians in the border areas around Ukraine. If the Russians are serious about de-escalating, they can start by starting to remove some of those troops from decreasing some of that forced posture.
For more information, visit us online at usaradio.com. USA Radio News.
If you feel like you're stuck with a healthcare plan that isn't affordable or you simply don't like it, right now is a great time to switch to MediShare. The typical family saves $500 or more per month with MediShare, and what's more, they like it. MediShare has double the customer satisfaction rate when compared to health insurance. Double. You get access to a massive network of providers and 24/7 telehealth. And MediShare is the most trusted name in healthcare sharing. It's been around for more than 25 years. And it's more than just affordable health care, too. You get to be part of a community of Christians who pray for each other and support each other. But here's why now is the time to make the switch. Join before January 15th, and they'll waive your new member fee. So you'll save another $170 right off the bat. Call now. You'll get a price within 2 minutes. And again, the deadline is January 15th, so you can save even more. Call 833-34-BIBLE. That's 833-34-BIBLE. 833-34-BIBLE.
It's time for Farm and Ranch headlines on the Southeast AgNet. I'm Tyron Spearman reporting. The November edition of Peanut Stocks and Processing gives you an indication of what peanut consumption is doing for the year. This is the fourth month of the marketing year. There's plenty of peanuts around. It's up 23% on the total amount of peanuts available. But looking at categories, we're showing peanut candy with an unbelievable month, and they're increased up 11.3% for the first 4 months. That's a lot of peanuts going and peanut butter going into peanut candy. On snacks, they are down 4.5% as the peanut snacks totaling 161 million pounds. Peanut butter is showing a little sluggishness, down 3.3%. Peanut butter that was expected to go down a little bit after the pandemic as people started eating more outside. But overall, add it all up, the total edible peanuts is down 1.4% in consumption. In-shells are kept separate, and they're down 0.5%, about the same as last year. So overall, peanut consumption moving along good, but only down 1.4% for the first 4 months. That's raw peanuts in primary products, with peanut butter showing the decline during that period of 3.3%.
Hi, I'm Greg Peterson of the Peterson Farm Brothers. If you've seen our videos, you know we're proud to be farmers. Farming can be dangerous. Never assume location or depth of underground utilities or pipelines. Before you start any work on your farm, call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com to have underground lines located. It only takes a minute and can save your life.
Never assume the location or depth of underground lines. Always call 811 or visit clickbeforeyoudig.com before you start work. A message from the Pipeline Operators for Ag Safety campaign.
Southeast AgNet is social. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, where you can be sure to find all of the agriculture news for the Southeast.
I'm Tyron Spearman for Southeast AgNet.
When it really counts, depend on the source for the latest weather updates, keeping you ahead of the storm. 96.3 FM, 1370 AM, The Source.
Today will be mostly sunny with a high of 69 to 72, then mostly cloudy tonight, low 54 to 63. Wednesday should be a nice day with a mix of clouds and sunshine, high tomorrow 71 to 75. Then Thursday and Friday both will be mostly sunny. High Thursday 69 to 72, high Friday 67 to 69. From the Florida Weather Center, I'm Holly Holdren.
Veterans Helping Veterans USA. Call 352-433-2320. We help veterans and their families with limited financial assistance, counseling, employment referrals, and a food and clothing bank. You can help in making a huge difference in the veterans' lives we serve by donating food, clothing, household items, or direct financial assistance. All donations are tax deductible. Veterans Helping Veterans USA. 352-433-2320. Thank you for your attention, and God bless America.
You know what you want to do in retirement, but do you know how to get there? Tune in to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors, Sunday mornings at 8 to get answers to your retirement planning questions. Plan today so you can do the things you've always dreamt about doing in retirement. Listen Sunday mornings at 8 to Coasting into Retirement with Gary Marriage of Nature Coast Financial Advisors.
Our firm offers insurance services.